What is up, everybody? This is Cedric, and we're back on Black Ops 6. Recently, just these past few days, we had Season Reloaded update for the Season 2. Honestly, from what I've seen, I don't think it's anything too crazy. I was actually just reading the blog post just to try and understand what exactly was released. One thing that I do want to mention is they did release a new perk, which is called Hunter's Instinct. And what that one does is basically when you eliminate an enemy, it sort of highlights the next one. But to unlock it, I thought they were gonna give us a challenge like within the event, but apparently no, that's not the case. And what you can do is you can come here to barracks challenges and then armory, and here you will find it listed here, and then you can just select it so you can start the challenge and unlock it. I'll see what that one is like. I'm just about to start testing out Slipstream, which is supposed to remove the tactical sprint and just increase your base speed. And I want to see how that one really works. I wonder if it makes a change to the sprint to fire speed, because usually when you're tech sprinting, it'll take a little longer to get your weapon ready to start shooting than if you were just normally or sprinting normally. I'm curious to see what that one is like in that effect, because if it is better, if it lets you shoot faster, then it's probably a better option there than using, regular tech sprint and double time. I'm assuming it also bundles, or I guess it stacks with double time, but probably not. So if it doesn't, then double time kind of becomes useless in that aspect if you're using Slipstream. If you're not, then it's just the normal perk. I'm still going for the challenges here. I just haven't finished a few weapons. That recently came out, like this LMG, which I forget the name of. That's why I'm doing headshots again. But I did complete my assault rifles. Those are done as far as diamond goes, and that next one, which is Dark Spine, if I'm not mistaken, I did complete Dark Spine on a few things now. I think I did it for the shotguns. I have it on the assault rifles, and I was just gonna start working on the LMGs, but unfortunately I noticed that I was missing one, and the completionist in me didn't want me to continue. I'm surprised in a way that for this season it doesn't feel like they broke a lot of stuff like they usually do. They did say they were gonna focus on, at least for the season 2 update, which was already like a few weeks ago now. They said they were gonna focus on just quality of life things, like making sure the game was stable and not really on updating the game as far as like content goes. I don't know. I think it's interesting because I think they still have a lot of work to do. I know that a lot of people feel like the game is kind of broken. For this Season Reloaded update, I'm not really sure if they broke a lot of stuff. I always notice performance issues. Like there's not an update where I feel like it's performing worse. It's difficult because it also depends on the connection that you have. But yeah, I usually notice a lot of performance dips every update, and it also comes down to the performance on the servers, which is one thing that I was looking to talk about in a future video, because it requires its own video, really. It requires its own video because it's a complicated topic. It can be very technical. I'm not saying that I know a lot about servers and stuff, but I think I know enough to understand why there's so many issues as far as the server performance goes. But yeah, it does come down to connection issues. Like if you don't have a good connection, then most likely the performance won't be great. Especially because of that whole server side textures. Like you can download in real time the textures for the game so that it looks better. And sure, if you want it to look good, then it's a good thing to use. And if you have a good connection, like a good download speed and stuff, or you won't notice an effect on the performance, but it also still affects the performance in a way because it's processing those textures in real time. So what I'm trying to say is, yeah, every time they update the game with a new season or Season Reloaded or just regular updates, sometimes they do break stuff, and then other times it's just server related stuff. Or most of the awful sessions that I have come down to server latency, like it's taking too long to register my shots, or packet bursts where it's like it loses connection every few seconds or so. yeah, I also wanted to try out the new map, Grind, but I think I selected the wrong playlist for it. I did select the wrong playlist for it, so I could try the new map. But it is what it is. To be honest, it's still interesting to me that they have a lot of developers working on the game, and somehow it takes them just as long to get an update out. I know a lot of people use that number, the 3,000 developers working on the game at the same time, but to be honest, not all of them are working on fixing bugs or general issues with the game. A lot of them are working on creating skins and making those blueprints that some of us may hate. Just like some people worked on those Ninja Turtle skins that they just added to the game, which is also very interesting, but I'll talk about it in a second. They have people working on creating maps and people working on, you know, creating new weapons and things like that to add to the game. So not everyone's working in the you know, on the same things on the game. Some of them are working on different stuff, right? There's probably people working on like trailers and people working on the campaign for the next game, and then for whatever game it is, right? Not just the next trailer game. At the end of the day, it is probably a different number of people working on the game itself, especially because after, what they used to do is after the release, they would basically just leave a specific amount of people working on the game, because everything else was supposed to be ready already. So it's probably still the same thing. They don't have that many people working on the active game, or at least not everybody. It makes sense, right? That they still take their time with updates and stuff. For this update, like I mentioned, they added those Ninja Turtle skins. Wow, I got a headshot on that. Off of that. Wait, there was another guy there? What? So yeah, they added those Ninja Turtle skins, and to be honest, when I saw them, I can't lie that I wasn't excited about them, because I'm a Ninja Turtles fan, just like a lot of people are probably. I mean, it's a pretty big, I guess you could call it a franchise, because there's a lot of stuff now that has released for that, like different movies and, you know, TV shows, and or at least cartoons as far as that goes. So I can't say that I wasn't excited when I saw them being announced, but I knew they were gonna do something like what they did, where you have to buy each turtle individually. So if you want Leonardo, you have to pay 2,400 COD points, which basically translates to like 20 bucks, and it's the same thing for each one of them. So at the end of the day, you would be paying around 80 bucks if you want to have all of them. Of course, you probably have your favorite, and you could just say, you know what, if I really want it, I'll just get my favorite out of all of them. But it does feel odd to only buy one of them, right? What I wanted, my best case scenario would have been them releasing a bundle of 2. So let's say Leonardo and Raphael, right? And then Don and Mike on a separate bundle. And that, I would have been a bit more understanding. It will still be kind of expensive, but to me it would have been a little better, I guess, as opposed to having what we have now, right? Where you have to basically just put out $80 and you'll get the full team. In addition to that, if you want to get Splinter, you also have to buy that event pass thing that they just started doing. They started it with the Squid Games pass that they did, where it's essentially another battle pass, but it's a lot smaller, and because of that, it doesn't give you as many rewards as... Wait, I just noticed that I keep pressing shift so I can do the tactical sprint, but I don't have the tactical sprint anymore. Muscle memory, I guess. Because of that special event or whatever, you have to, if you wanna have it, you have to pay another, what, 10 bucks? I forget what the battle pass is actually, as far as that just pricing goes, because I usually get it with the free card points that you get. And something really messed up that they did is they reduced the amount of free COD points that you get with the season pass for free, because I know that a lot of people used to just save them up, and eventually, of course, you would miss out on a lot of battle passes, and but the benefit was that eventually you would get the battle pass for free. They changed it so that you only get so much, and if you bought the season pass or battle pass, they would give you more more COD points in return after a while. So after every battle pass, you would get about 1400. So you would have about 300 COD points left from the next battle pass, and that would add up, right? So 300 every season. That's pretty good. Eventually, what I did at some point in the past is I was able to actually get a bundle with those free COD points that I got, and that was awesome. But now you can't really do that unless you really have a lot of patience and wait for, like, I don't know, 2 games or something. I'm not really sure. Essentially, now if you want to get a free bundle, you have to wait longer, right? It's still possible, which I guess in a way is a good thing, but because it takes so long, then it becomes kind of pointless. It's like playing Destiny and you want to unlock something, then you have to grind a lot just to get it. Just like in any other game that requires a lot of grinding, it's a hassle. Like, let's say GTA 5, right? Or GTA Online. If you want to buy a car and you want to get it through, you know, just by just playing the game, you probably have to put in a lot of hours. And I'm pretty sure some people have done the research and could tell you how many hours you had to put in just to get that. This guy's not moving. Oh man, I could have landed a headshot there. But yeah, you would basically need now to put in a lot of time just to complete the battle passes, so that eventually you can get a bundle for free. Again, it becomes kind of pointless to the point where if you really want to do it, you probably won't have the time to do it. It's a little different because in GTA Online and games like that, you would have to actually play a lot just to get more money. And if you put in more hours, then you get more money, and then it becomes, in a way, a shorter time frame that you have to wait. Because you have to complete the battle pass, then you still have to put in hours. You still have to put in hours to complete it and get those extra COD points. So it's a really interesting system. I'm not really sure if it's great. I mean, the fact that you can still get a few free COD points, it's a good thing. But the fact that they had to change it because most likely they noticed that a lot of people were using that and they were losing essentially money from that, it still kind of rubs me the wrong way. Because if it's a good experience for the user, then it's better, because then it'll incentivize or motivate them to purchase something, right? But yeah, new season is out. I feel like they didn't really change that much. They added some new content that's focused on the Ninja Turtles, which is cool. I mean, I'm a sucker for some Ninja Turtles, but again, I feel like just adding stuff with that, or that's focused on that, it doesn't really add much, right? It's a big collab, but as far as content goes, to me, it doesn't feel like there's a lot. But again, it's also a season reloaded. They did mention that this season they were gonna focus on just fixing the game, so I guess I could sort of give them a pass for that. But I don't know how you feel. Did you like this new season? I'm pretty sure now it's a few days, probably like a week after, depending on when you're watching this. But I would like to know what you think about the new season. Let me know. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you have a great day. That's it from my end. Take care, drink some water, tell your mom you love her, and I'll see you in the next video.